thanks for meeting me here. This is literally the best pizza on 6th Street, so if you want a slice, you should get one. So I heard about a secret show that's going on the other side of town. I'm not really sure who's playing, but I think we should go check it out. Did you hear that dorky Beatles cover band that was playing next door? They didn't sound that bad, actually. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was a pretty big fan of the Beatles when I was younger. Especially the stuff in the middle of the career, they got a little druggy and weird and dark. It's actually pretty impressive how dark the Beatles got sometimes. I even made a whole ass video about it, so why don't you check that out while they're getting my pizza ready. Whoa, that's crazy. Anyway, I gotta tell y'all about something. So over the past 5 years or so, I've been noticing it's pretty in vogue to hate on the Beatles, and I get it. It's kind of hard to go to the grocery store without seeing them on the cover of some magazine. Usually when people think of the Beatles, they think of 4 happy-go-lucky dudes who came from Narnia to play pop music to all the American people. And although all that's true, they had their darker moments, and I gotta tell you about a couple of them. First up, what the fuck is this? In 1966, the Beatles released Yesterday and Today with this weirdo cover. Had something to do with the Vietnam War, but the label wasn't having that shit, so they had to change it. Although I have seen one in real life before. There's also the lyrics. Norwegian Wood is about burning a girl's house down because she wouldn't sleep with you. Good shit, Paul. She said it's also pretty morbid. But probably my favorite dark Beatles song is Happiness is a Warm Gun, for sure.
Pardon? Your daughter come to my house today, and she come on my property, and then she kick my dog.
Comedy Central's dying for one final chance to zap you with a heebie-jeebies 7.
Hell yeah, the pepperoni is so good here. Okay, before we go to the show, we gotta stop by the smoke shop and pick up some wraps before we get there. Before we do that, I need to tell you about this week's sponsor. It's me, I'm the sponsor. What's going on, y'all? This is Jacob with Secret Society of Goths. And I've spent the past half-decade making content from bands from all over the world. And if you're an artist ready to take your band to the next level, I have a few promo packs that I have designed specifically to grow an audience organically. Not only will these promo packs introduce you to new fans, but they'll also connect to the community as a whole, which includes other artists to collab with, booking agents looking to fill shows, and label reps looking for new artists to sign. Who knows? All these people watch me. So if you're an artist ready to take that step, DM me on Instagram and let's get a plan worked out. All right, back to the show.
By day, dressing up at night like vampires.
Good God, that light is bright. Anyway, we just gotta walk a few blocks up to the shop. Dude, so when the sponsors were going, I overheard these 19-year-olds talk about how tough Johnny Rotten was back in the day. And let me make this clear, he was not tough. I mean, the Sex Pistols were just a boy band. They were literally just put together to advertise a clothing store in Narnia or whatever. Peter Murphy from Bauhaus, though, that was tough. A whole ass tour got canceled because he punched a cop in Sweden. That's way more punk than anything Johnny Rotten's dumbass has ever done. You know what? I made a video about it. Here it is right now.
Just the push.
That's f***ing gross. Anyway, so the other day when I was doom scrolling, I saw some nerd say that he thought that John Boy Band Lydon could beat Peter Murphy in a fight, and he's so wrong that I gotta make a video about it. So back in 2013, Papa Murphy was involved in a little bit of a hit and run, and when the cops got to him, turns out he had a little bit of that high-speed chicken feed on him. Now, I'm not here to preach the morality of drug use, but I will say this, that shit ain't for the soft. And then in 2017, outside of a nightclub in Stockholm, Peter Murphy punched a cop for being, and I quote, a Swedish c***. It took like 3 dudes to take him down after that. This dude's a maniac. There was also a rumor going around at that time that Peter Murphy was in the club throwing glass bottles at people. Postpunk.com says that isn't true, but I think what's more important here is not a soul questioned it. What's Johnny Rotten done except be gross and support MAGA? Spells and enchantments to our friends in LA.
Warning, this video contains explicit material not suitable for children.
Okay, so this is Planet K. You'll find them sprinkled all over Austin, and this place is awesome. I actually worked here when I first came to Austin. The place is kind of a cult. Everybody got real quiet when I asked them what the K stood for, but hey, it was a lot of fun. Say, bro, let me get 2 swishers. Okay, so the show's not too far off, but we gotta walk to some woods to get there. Now, here the woods are haunted, so stay close and watch us edit while we go through. Bah! Non-binary JD Vance jump scare. Where is JD? Does anybody know? Look, I'm not here to talk about JD Vance. I'm here to tell you about the Blair Witch Project. Actually, to be more specific, I'm going to tell you about how awesome it was to be 10 years old in 1999, living out in the woods when it first came out. See, back in 1999, technically the internet existed, but not if you lived in the woods. And if you did have internet, it was dial-up. So that meant the only way you could get online was to dial in using the phone line. So you weren't like always online and couldn't just quickly check stuff. And then one dark and super spooky night, a commercial came on the TV. The Blair Witch Project. True story. So if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you've already seen the Blair Witch Project and familiar with the idea that it's like tapes that were found in the woods by some students who were lost. The marketing really leaned into this, and they did an awesome job of doing it too. They made a fake website with fake missing reports. And keep in mind, this is 1999. We didn't even know fake websites could exist. We barely knew websites could exist. They also made a couple of fake documentaries that were shown on TV to promote the film. And actually, I kind of even remember my mom saying that she thought she liked the documentary better than the actual movie. Cartoon Network got in on the fun with the Scooby-Doo project. Next time your homeboys come over to Sesh, put this on. Trust me. Everything was real convincing. People really thought it was real. And being 10 years old at that time, living out in the woods, you thought it was real. Which really made for some really imaginative moments playing out in those woods. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to go camping. And while we're out there, I want to set up a bed sheet between two trees. And then it turns out we just so happen to have brought a projector and a generator or a battery or something with us. And then I want to set that up, and then I want to watch the Blair Witch Project out in the woods like that. That sounds fun to me. Episode 2 of Initiation is now up on YouTube. Go check it out. We got cool goth on there.
Hey, little dude, send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am. Snake, dealing in weed, coke, crack, your choice. Take one hit and you'll do anything to cop more. Steal from your mama, lie, cheat on your homeboys. But hey, that's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you?
Whoa, that was scary. But I can see the end of the trail from here. We gotta hurry too, because I saw some trolls out in the woods. And I saw this movie one time that said they'll turn you into wood or something, and we gotta throw milk on them. So we gotta go find some milk. All right, we gotta hurry to the end. Let's go. Boy, that was a little stressful. I think I'm gonna have to roll one up before we go in there. So while I'm doing that, check out this week's top 5 on the official Secret Society of Goth Spotify playlist. Oh no, a grown-ass woman expressing her sexuality in an artistic way and getting paid for it. How will Christians ever survive? Good God. Enough of that. We gotta talk about the top 5 on the playlist this week. First up, we got Vellatine out of Australia. Been running promos for these guys on and off for a few months now, and these guys are just great. This week, they're coming at us with Granulated Sky. This song is dark, it's moody, and it's spooky. It's the type of song you want to have on when you're sitting in your room mad at someone and you're wanting to wish all that bad energy on that person. This is a song to have on. And let's be honest, that person deserves it. At number 2, we got Fear of the Light by Reliquia out of the UK. It seems like everyone's on the vampire kick these days, and Reliquia is no exception. Fear of the Light starts off with some heavy Cure vibes that reminds me a lot of Love Song, but then directly after they bust right into the vampcore heaviness we all know and love. At number 3, we got Felu with Icy Veins.
Fake Lou is a name that I've seen around, whether it was on flyers or just on different posts from other artists that I know. But I never got around to actually listening to Fake Lou, and I'm starting to see how bad of a decision that was now. Icy Veins is a well-paced, well-produced, femwave type of song along the lines of Susie Sabotage or Chemtrails. Not only was I impressed with the samples that they used and the settings they had on their keyboards, I was also very impressed with their vocal delivery. You could actually understand what they were saying, and in this genre of music, that hasn't always been the policy. At number 4, we got Getting Closer with Dance with the Ghost. First time having this guy on the playlist. If you've been following a while, you're definitely familiar with No Future and Sculpture Club. That kind of style is what I refer to as alt wave, and if you like that sort of thing, you will definitely like this song, so add it to your playlist. And last but not least, we got Blood Rave with Can't Resist. This song is an instant goth club classic. If you're a DJ and need something to freshen up your set list a little bit, add this to it. Every vampire in that club and Blade would be dancing to it, and it makes me think we need to bring back Blue Dolphins in 2025. If you're an artist with a song you would like featured on the internet's favorite playlist for new goth music, DM me on Instagram.
Two hurricanes in 1 week. This could have all been prevented if
Maybe we had just sacrificed that show to the Dark Lord and Master. We're not talking about him today, though. Today, we're talking about the new metal producer who took on The Cure. Ross Robinson has produced legendary new metal acts like Korn, Deftones, Limp Bizkit, Vanilla Ice. So why did The Cure choose to go with Robinson for the 2004 self-titled album? Couldn't tell you. But Robert Smith did seem to enjoy working with Robinson on this record, whether the rest of the band did or not. Although this album does have its heavier moments, Robinson didn't try to make The Cure's new metal album. That's something a bad producer would do. But since Robinson's a good producer, instead of making the new metal Cure, he decided to take the atmosphere the fans already know and develop it into something contemporary at that time. The self-titled album is extremely underrated. I think everybody needs to give it at least one listen through and definitely check out Before 3. All right, check it out. Yeah! Okay, so I'm sure you're wondering who we're coming to see. And we're seeing Sculpture Club from Dallas. They came all the way down to play here. And if you don't know who they are, you definitely know who Choir Boy is. The lead singer of Sculpture Club used to be the bass player in Choir Boy, but now he does this. His name's Chaz. He's a great dude. We've gotten pretty good friends over the past couple of months, and I just really think you're going to enjoy this set. So check it out. Here is Sculpture Club live in Austin, Texas.
And we need more of them. So it's our last song. It's called Impatient. Sculpture Club. Tip your bartender. Take care of each other.
Thank you all for watching. This has been Initiation Episode 3. My name is Jacob. If you've enjoyed this show and feel like contributing, my handles are below. I don't feel like Patreon deserves a cut of your support from me, so just give it to me directly. If you're an artist who would like to be featured on the playlist or like to get some content made, DM me on Instagram. We can get a plan made and get you going. Thank you all so much for watching, and tune in next week.